Let's try this again. It's interesting. You can find remnants of the idea of the eco game mechanic in the later Jak and Daxter games. So, for example, red eco carbon, blue eco carbon, etc. Jak X. The color coordination of the weapons in Jak 2 and Jak 3, but I really think they should have. I really feel they should have kept the focus there on the eco from Jak and Daxter, because it's a fantastic game mechanic. It's, you know, it adds a context. It adds a contextual understanding of what you need to do. Just having eco there gives the player a hint of what they want to be focusing on, where they want to be paying attentions to. And that being said, there are lots of other ways to provide that to the player, but I felt that this was a really cool one. And just, you know, giving the players contextual abilities, things that they can do here that they can't always do, makes the player look forward to being able to do that kind of thing. And it sets it up as sort of a reward and a desire, a reason that you want to actually be playing through this area as opposed to just mucking around in the other one, for example. So, not giving your player full access to their sense of skills at all times is actually a good thing. Bam! Oh, something I haven't mentioned. Wow, I'm taking it back. Fair enough. One thing I haven't mentioned that is amazing is Dark Eco, the animation, and that is some cool crap right there, man. That purpley metallic liquid is fantastic to look at. I was really disappointed because it doesn't actually appear in Jak 3. There's no mention of that. There's no acknowledgement that they took Dark Eco out between Jak 2 and Jak 3, and I don't think anybody even noticed a lot of the forums and stuff that I look at. Do not mention the absence of Dark Eco a lot. Maybe I'm not in the right place, but yeah, it's just so random. It's such an integral part of the franchise, just vanished off the face of the earth. But yeah, really pretty, really pretty. It's funny. There are some really individual parts of this game, like the way he moves, the way Jak moves, and his actions and stuff. Quite a fair departure from any other platform games that have really come before him, or at least done that well. As I say, there's a difference between just copying somebody and copying somebody in a way that's done well and you know, developed on their ideas. But things like this, vortexy things in water, just come back to haunt you, to remind you that this is just a stock platform game in a lot of its gameplay mechanics. You jump, you avoid the hurty things like here, almost straight out of Crash Bandicoot. You're sitting over a pit that will kill you if you fall into it, and you're hopping over what appears to be electrified or heated wires, one of the two, on a platform that's moving. That is fairly stock. This is a bit different. This is just a matter of thinking out of the box, though. It's actually not a hard challenge, because you go through, and I haven't really exemplified it, but you know, if you walk on the same thing twice, you're going to turn it off, and you want to have it all on. Pretty straight up. Oh wow, okay. So getting off the platforms entirely.
I think we have to switch on all those platforms or something.
Thank you. But I don't know, I don't think they playtested this particular challenge very well. Just because it doesn't really matter what order you do it in. say I've done it in the wrong order, and I've got to here, and they're, and now I don't really have anywhere to go, and this would have been off. If I just jump over to here by turning it off. Okay, so say I've gotten here. Say that platform right there was on, and I've turned this one off by landing on it. That means I've fucked the puzzle. But all I have to do is jump over here and jump over here. I don't think that was playtested very well. Way too easy. That being said, a lot of people don't actually think about that, and they spend forever trying to solve the puzzle that way, in ways that they don't really need to. So, then again, maybe it's brilliant, and they were intentionally fucking with people's heads. I would happily admire them for that. Again, no consequences for dying means that dying can be just used as a shortcut. I'm not saying I intended to die just there, because I didn't really, but, you know, still help me out. These guys are interesting. Force you to think about combat in a different way, even if it is fairly simple. Take the top and then what do you do? Little things like that in games, they're important even if they seem like a cop-out, just because variety in your enemies and that kind of thing. Like, if I just kept seeing lurkers all day, or I kept seeing things that looked different but were functionally exactly the same as lurkers, insofar as hitting them once would kill them, and them hitting me once would take off one block of my green eco bar, that's just crap. People should not put that kind of thing in games. Variety, like those two little guys where you hit him on the top and then the bottom, very simple difference, very important. As a matter of fact, they're still lacking in variety enemies in this game. Something that the later Jak and Daxter titles pick up on and fix. There's a lot more variety in the enemies, but I suppose the difference between Jak and Daxter and Jak 2 and Jak 3 is that this is not a combat game. It's a platform game in one of its purest forms, really. So combat is not a real concern, or at least it doesn't seem to have been when they made it. This will shit you to death, in so far as you're going to want to die if you miss a precursor orb. And I don't even say you're going to want to die as in you're going to want to kill yourself because it's so depressing. I mean, you're going to want to die so that you can go and get a precursor orb. Because if you don't, and then you go through again, if you come through later to get that one precursor orb that you missed, then you're going to have to repeat a buckload of content just to get that precursor orb. Because this is pretty much a one-way street for quite a while. I've mentioned earlier in this video that this is my first Let's Play. And it's actually taught me a couple of things about myself. And one is that I say pretty much a fuckload. I wonder if I can get that. Oh, damn. That is not what I was going for.
I was right behind you, Jak! Really, I was.
You know, the number of times I've died and you've gotten to hear an awesome Jak and Daxter quote of death makes me feel really cocky about the earlier comments I made about the fact that you weren't going to get to see a lot of those because I'm so awesome.